Do not adjust your sets, ladies and gentlemen. It really does say Micra on the bootlid of the bold and alluringly styled hatchback you're looking at. It's hard to believe, partly because daring looks haven't ranked among the strengths of this supermini during its 30 years on sale. The fourth generation car now being ushered into the waste paper basket of automotive history was singularly undesirable and execrably bad to drive. The new one is anything but. That much we already know after a lengthy drive in a Micra prototype late last year. Now comes the chance to drive the finished car, which is set to arrive in UK showrooms in March. The new, 5th generation Micra is built on an updated version of the V platform that underpinned the previous model, but it has undergone radical change. Major mechanicals shared between the outgoing Micra and the new one number only the engine mountings and the relative location of the car's pedals, some of the suspension components and the fuel tank. The new Micra has a power steering system derived from that of the Nissan Qashqai, a completely reconfigured chassis, wider axle tracks, a lower center of gravity, all new seats and interior, and a choice of engines and transmissions sourced from alliance partner Renault. Now built at a Renault factory in France and developed for the most part at Cranfield in the UK, the new Micra is out to prove that it can represent the supermini as only Europe knows how to make it. Among its segment firsts are a camera-based active lane keeping system, around view parking cameras, and an innovative premium audio system from Bose with near-field speakers in the driver's head restraint. And for those more interested in the driving experience, this is a car benchmarked against the very best in the class, one that, on this evidence, won't give the likes of the Volkswagen Polo, Ford Fiesta and Mazda 2 an easy time when push comes to shove on UK roads. The cabin smacks of the same feather-ruffling ambition as the exterior. The quality of its plastic moldings is consistently high, and although you must pay for a higher-end model to get the more colorful finishes and richer material touches of our Teltna test car, the soft-touch roll-top dashboard and attractive chrome accents come as standard. The instrument pack comes from a Qashqai, as does the 5.0 in color trip computer screen, so both are a good size and supremely readable. Tight back seat space is the one serious black mark, but there's still enough room to get bulky child seats in and out easily. Otherwise, the interior bears comparison with the very best. Both the 898cc turbocharged petrol version of the Micra and the 1.5-liter diesel were available at the European press launch, and both produce a nominal 89 bhp, with an entry-level 72 bhp 1.0-liter 3-cylinder petrol unit set to follow. Considering the £1,350 premium that Nissan is asking for the diesel, the fact that it is a more expensive prospect than the equivalent petrol model on company car tax, and the general kicking that diesel emissions are getting right now, you'd expect a dwindling proportion of customers to be interested in it. The 3-pod turbo Micra definitely makes for the sweeter all-round drive, too, its relative lightness allowing for softer spring rates on the front axle than the diesel runs and a marginally more settled ride. On performance, there's a softness to the engine's pedal response that makes it feel a little reluctant at first. Even at maximum torque, it doesn't feel as flexible as other downsized turbo petrol units. Nonetheless, it does a very creditable job of motivating what is a relatively light supermini through a nicely weighted 5-speed manual Dark-Ange. On ride and handling, Nissan's mission was to approach the agility and verve of a Fiesta and the planted composure and maturity of a Polo, an impossible brief, really. Although the Micra doesn't beat either on their own terms, it does split the difference between them with some success. The Micra steers with more lightness and less pace than the Ford but handles with similar fluency and feel. Meanwhile, it drives with a noisier, busier, springier gait than the VW, but with better isolation and absorption than most of its competition. It corners with good grip, crisp chassis response, fine body control and discreet electronic stability management, making a keen virtue of its compact size but without obvious compromise to its low-speed ride. In short, the Micra is presented and executed to an apparently high European standard once again, and in almost every way that matters. Also styled and equipped like it means business, it has just confirmed what our earliest impressions suggested, that Nissan is deadly serious about forcing its way back to the sharp end of one of the most important parts of the new car market, and any buyer would be unwise to overlook it.